Is voodoo mythology evil, or is there something we don't know? How often have you heard of a religion like voodoo? Voodoo is a unique and multifaceted religion that combines elements of different cultures and traditions. But our perceptions of it can be distorted due to popularization in the media. Let's delve deeper into the study of this interesting religion. Voodoo mythology is surrounded by many secrets and mysteries, which makes it especially interesting and appealing to study. This cult originated in Africa and then, thanks to the slave trade, spread around the world, covering different regions and cultures. Over the centuries, voodoo has undergone many changes, gradually absorbing elements of other religious systems and cultural traditions. However, despite all the transformations, its roots have remained unchanged. It is the belief in spirits, magic, and the power of nature that underlies all rituals and practices. Most scientists and researchers believe that voodoo began to take shape as an independent religious system not earlier than the 17th century. The formation of this religion was based on the traditional beliefs of the Fan, B, and U peoples who inhabited the territory of modern West Africa. It is believed that the birthplace of voodoo is the state of Benin, located in the center of the ancient kingdom of Dahomey. It was there, in the heart of this great civilization, that the fundamental principles of what later became known as voodoo were laid down. These peoples believed that a multitude of gods and spirits controlled every aspect of life. Each god had his own sphere of responsibility. One was responsible for rain, another for crops, another for health. Spirits could both help and harm people, so maintaining a good relationship with them was considered vital. The main deity in the voodoo pantheon is Mawu, the supreme god who is the creator of the universe. His son, Legba, serves as a link between the human and spirit worlds. Legba is widely known as the guardian of the gate that opens the way to other spirits. In addition, the pantheon includes numerous intermediary spirits, called Loa, who fulfill different functions and are responsible for different aspects of life. In voodoo, special importance is given to the serpent pythons. They are seen as sacred creatures symbolizing wisdom and power. In the Benin city of Ouida, there is a famous temple of pythons, where pilgrims flock from all over the country. Dozens of pythons live inside the temple and are carefully cared for and respected. One of the most important voodoo holidays is Zangbeto. This festival is still celebrated in the villages of Togo and Benin. During the festival, ritual dances are held accompanied by the spreading of cornmeal around straw effigies. These effigies represent the spirits that guard the village. One of the main rituals of voodoo is Davaloko. During this ritual, a Loa spirit is possessed by a person who drinks the blood of a sacrificed animal, usually a decapitated chicken. Then the person plunges into a state of ecstasy and to the rhythm of drums begins to perform a dance. During the dance, the participants of the ritual interact with the good spirit of Ganbad by sprinkling themselves with flour or chalk. This ritual symbolizes purification of the soul and body and establishes a connection with the spirit world. Voodoo became a way to maintain cultural identity under slavery. The slave culture blended traditional beliefs with Christianity to form a unique syncretic religion. Voodoo religion spread rapidly throughout the Caribbean, especially to Haiti, where it became the official state religion. Here voodoo was enriched with new features, such as the use of zombified people and rituals involving animals. It was also when the famous voodoo dolls used to harm enemies appeared. However, voodoo was not always viewed favorably. Many European colonizers considered it a devilish practice and sought to destroy it. This caused voodoo to go underground, becoming more and more mysterious and mystical. In the voodoo religion, there are a vast number of spiritual entities known as Loa, each with their own special traits and significant roles. Among all the Loa, there is a particularly important and powerful spirit, Bandai, which occupies a key position in the beliefs of voodoo practitioners. The name Bandai comes from the French expression bon Dieu, which means good God. Within the voodoo religion, Bondi represents the supreme God, the great creator of the universe and all things. Bondi's nature is believed to be so sublime and complex that humans are unable to fully understand it. Bandi does not participate directly in the daily life of people, transferring these functions to his intermediary spirits, the Loa. Voodoo adherents see Bandi as the source of all joys and troubles, but his true will remains beyond human comprehension. They are convinced that it was Bandi who created the world and all the creatures that inhabit it, including the Loa themselves. Through these spirits, people can communicate with God and receive his blessings or punishments. The Loa fulfill the role of intermediaries between humans and Bandi. They embody different aspects of life and have specific powers and skills. Loa can have a significant influence on the fate of people, bringing them good luck or bad luck, curing illnesses, or causing them. In order to establish contact with the Loa and gain their support, Voodoo followers organize special rituals and ceremonies. Bandi is mainly honored through the veneration of the Loa. Believers make various requests and express gratitude to them, make sacrifices, and perform rituals. Although direct contact with Bandi himself is impossible, his presence is felt in everything that happens in the world, like an invisible force that controls events and destinies. One of the most powerful and impressive areas of the Voodoo religion is love magic. The power of this magic is so great that it can not only restore lost feelings, but also punish the one who betrayed trust. Unlike other types of spells, voodoo magic exerts its effects throughout life, creating an unbreakable bond between two people. Voodoo spell is renowned for its exceptional effectiveness and longevity. Those who resort to this ritual are convinced that their lover will never leave them, as the magical bond will firmly keep him close. Nevertheless, it is important to remember that voodoo magic involves a serious approach and adherence to the rules. Failure to follow these rules can have unexpected consequences. Voodoo becomes a powerful tool in the healing of serious diseases due to its effect on the physical body of a person, cleansing from negative energy and removing curses. According to the beliefs of this religion, health is seen as a priceless gift of nature, requiring careful treatment and care. Voodoo ritual practices are aimed at harmonizing the close connection between the bodily and mental world, which leads to a general improvement in the quality of life. In addition, special importance in voodoo is given to invoking good luck, abundance, and love. Special rituals and prayer invocations contribute to a radical turn of fate, attract favorable circumstances, fill life with happiness. Voodoo penetrates deep into the subconscious mind of individuals, affecting their spiritual essence and causing significant transformation. Thus, for those who are overcoming life's challenges or longing for change, voodoo opens up a wide horizon of possibilities. However, the key condition is sincere respect for tradition and a conscious understanding of responsibility for each magical action, because the consequences of such steps have a deep resonance in the fate of man. Voodoo doll ritual is one of the most famous yet mystifying practices associated with this religion. In popular culture, voodoo dolls are often portrayed as tools for harm, but in traditional voodoo, their use is much more complex and varied. Voodoo dolls have deep roots in African magic and beliefs. They were used for a variety of purposes, from protection and healing to attracting good luck and wish fulfillment. During colonization and the slave trade, these practices made their way to the Americas, where they adapted and became part of African American culture. The doll is handmade using natural materials such as cloth, wool, feathers, and bones. It is often invested with personal items of the person the ritual is aimed at, such as hair, nails, or clothing. Before starting the ritual, it is necessary to clearly define the purpose. It may be to attract love, protection from enemies, treatment of diseases, or fulfillment of any desire. In order for the doll to become alive, it is activated with the help of special spells and ritual actions. Sometimes blood, saliva, or other biological fluids are used for this purpose. Needles are the most famous element of the voodoo doll ritual. They are inserted into certain parts of the doll, symbolizing those areas on which the impact is aimed. For example, if it is necessary to attract love, the needle is inserted into the heart area. After the main ritual is completed, the doll is hidden in a safe place or destroyed to prevent possible reverse effects. In this case, the doll becomes a symbol of the person on whom the magic is directed. Thus, the actions performed with the doll are transferred to a real person. But in traditional voodoo practice, dolls are rarely used to cause harm. More often, they are used for positive purposes such as healing, protection, and attracting good luck. Voodoo doll ritual is a complex and multi-layered process involving a deep belief in magical powers and spiritual entities. Despite common stereotypes, in traditional voodoo, this ritual is used mainly for good deeds and improving people's lives. This ritual is based on the principles of sympathetic magic, according to which objects that have similarities can influence each other. In this case, the doll is a miniature copy of a person, and any manipulations with it are supposedly transferred to a real person. However, it is important to realize that in the actual practice of voodoo, dolls are not seen solely as a means of revenge or cruelty. On the contrary, they are often used to strengthen bonds, attract prosperity, and restore health. Each step in the creation and activation of a doll is filled with special meaning and symbolism. The choice of materials, the use of personal items, and even the spells cast, all of these play an important role in the success of the ritual. Voodoo masters claim that the correct execution of all stages guarantees the desired effect, whether it is the return of lost love, getting rid of illness, or attracting good luck. Of course, like any other magical practice, the voodoo doll ritual requires caution and respect. Any wrong action or violation of the established rules can lead to undesirable consequences. Therefore, most practitioners prefer to seek the help of experienced shamans or priests who know all the intricacies of the process and can conduct the ritual safely and effectively. Thus, the voodoo doll ritual is not just a superstition or a tool for evildoers as it is often portrayed in popular culture. It is a powerful and multifaceted method of influencing reality that, when used correctly, can bring goodness and harmony to a person's life. In modern times, the voodoo religion continues to exist, although it has undergone significant changes. Many modern voodoo followers combine their traditions with elements of Christianity, resulting in unique syncretic forms of belief. Bondi remains a central figure in these beliefs, representing a higher power and the source of all that exists. Today, voodoo continues to exist, albeit in a modified form. It remains an important part of the culture of many peoples in Africa, the Americas, and the Caribbean. In some countries, such as Benin and Togo, voodoo is officially recognized by the state and has its own priests and temples. Voodoo has also influenced culture. Movies, books, and music often use images and symbols of the religion, giving it an aura of mysticism and mystery. For example, the movie The Puppeteers shows how voodoo can be used to control people, and the book Fallen Angel shows the struggle between good and evil within this religion. Voodoo is a unique and multifaceted religion that combines elements of different cultures and traditions. It is an important element of the history and culture of many peoples around the world. Despite the fact that voodoo is often perceived as something negative and frightening, it continues to live and develop, remaining an integral part of human civilization.